Hey toy fans, Aaron here, and today we're going to check out the 3 3/4 inch Black Series Ponda Baba. Sorry, I know in a few times in this review I say panda. It's not a panda. Ponda. Anyways, let's head to that table and check it out. And here is a look at that packaging. As I mentioned, this is the Walmart exclusive 3 3/4 inch Black Series figure, so that gets you the same packaging as you would see for the 6-inch line, just in that smaller scale version. Nice artwork of Panda Baba in the lower right corner as you're looking at the box. Of course, you got his name down on the front lower left corner, and you're able to see the figure and all the accessories included through that window box packaging. Sides of this packaging here too is exactly the same as the 6-inch line. You got the character name on the left side of the box, and then on the right side just character name there as well. No numbering since this is an exclusive line. Taking a look at the back side of the box, everything else here too is the same as the 6-inch version. You got a brief write-up about the character in a few different languages, and then on the bottom half you got the various legal information. Taking a look at this figure out of the packaging, this is a wonderful looking figure. Lots of great detailing to it. Now, I did not receive, or I never found the vintage collection version. And for the most part, from what I can tell, this is the very same figure that was released in that vintage line, or the vintage collection line rather, except I do believe the gun is a different color on this release. It's silver, and from what I can tell from pictures from the vintage collection line, that gun was either black or dark gray. I really can't tell. But aside from that, they do seem to be identical releases, at least within the figure itself. But again, I'm just judging from photos. Going in on the head sculpt of the figure, great detailing throughout. You got some skin texturing there along the top of the head, and then you got a little sculpting for the fur along basically the beard area of the face. Nice lines across the bridge of the nose, and the eye detailing looks pretty good too. It's just painted black, but I mean around the eyes, good detailing. The tusks on his face look nicely painted as well. Getting in through the chest area, that orange jacket, wonderfully detailed. And then on that jacket, with it opened up, there's a great layering effect, giving you that illusion of a second layer of cloth over the brown shirt that he's wearing. That is not a separate piece of plastic glued on, but it's just done in the sculpting. Really nice looking there. Through the hand area, I do have the figure currently, obviously, with the little paddle hands or something, flippers. We'll call them flippers. Inside those flippers, you do see some fingers. Nothing crazy on the detailing there, but still, it looks fine. We'll go through all those various accessories in a little bit, though, to show his different hands and forearm and stuff. Through the belt and waist area, that holster. Things are looking pretty good there. Great detailing through the belt buckle area. You've even got some painting in there for the belt buckle of the pants that's silver, and then looks like a brown buckle for the holster itself. Really sharp looking through there. As far as the holster of the gun, it holds it pretty well. At the front of the barrel, there's like this added clip, though, that sticks out. So the holster itself isn't closed all the way around, but it's just split open so that gun kind of rests in there. It does have a tendency to fall out as you're moving it around. Otherwise, as far as the legs, everything looks relatively good through there. I really don't like that the date stamp is on the front of the thigh. That front inner thigh, it just faces forward. Why wouldn't that be put on the back side? But aside from that, great sculpting. I like the way the folds of the fabrics look. And through the boot area, again, everything good continues through there. Good sculpting, nice painting. Getting into the accessories that Ponda Baba comes with, as I mentioned, he's got these two flippered hands. And as we saw, there was a bit of a mistake in the movie. His arm got cut off. But when you saw the shot of the arm on the ground, it was a different set of hands. They were furry hands. So you also get some furry hands here. And switching those out is relatively easy. It's a little peg at the end of the wrist. And just pull one hand out. And then you can pop the other one in. Detailing for these hands looks really nice here as well. Good fur sculpting to it. But the swapping fun doesn't stop there. You are able to then pull out his right shoulder. And let's go ahead and take furry hand off. And then with this figure, you do have another set of right arm, basically. You got the upper arm, and then you got his forearm, each with kind of this, is it dried blood or maybe some searing from the lightsaber in that elbow area. And then this top part pops into his shoulder. One difference with this arm then, though, is it just swivels at the elbow. But the standard piece not only has swiveling, but it's got a little hinge of forward and back. So just a small bit of difference, but that's probably just because this is meant to be taken apart. And there, you can have a little fun with him missing his forearm. Now, the accessory fun doesn't stop there. He also comes with a glass for being in the cantina to drink from. This was something that a few of the figures in the line at that time of the vintage collection had received as their pack-in for being cantina patrons. Nice to see that he's got one for himself here. Nothing overly crazy in the detailing, but there really doesn't need to be. It's clear plastic with some white painted along the bottom to represent some, milk or whatever liquid he might be drinking in the bar. Fits nicely with his regular furry hand. And then also no problem if you're using the paddled hands or the finned hands. Fits great in there as well. And then for the final accessory, he does come with a blaster. Nice detailing to it. Got some good sculpting to show off some various different pieces of the gun. But aside from that, it's just a silver painted piece of plastic. And here too, he can hold it in his furry hand, or he can also hold it in his paddled hand. As far as the articulation goes for this figure, the head is on a ball joint. So you're going to get some swiveling side to side, but unfortunately, because the collar is so high to the neck area here, or the base of the head, not getting a lot up and down movement. So really it's just side to side. The shoulders are on that hinge and swivel. So you're going to be able to lift them up. Pretty good range there. Little less on his left arm. Maybe that's a little tight for me, but and then it does swivel around. There you see the swivel here. And then for that elbow area, you're able to get a good bend forward here. Swivel at the wrist. No articulation side to side since these are removable. And same for this other arm. Bend at the elbow and swivel. And then of course swivel at that wrist. Again, if you swap that arm out, you're only going to get the swiveling at the elbow area. For the waist area, he does spin all the way around, so no problems there. As for the leg movement, both legs do come forward, and you get a little bit of backwards movement. For the knee joint at the top of the thigh, you're able to get a good bend there. And it also does rotate around, and that is for both legs. And for the boot area at the ankle, you're able to bend that forward and back a little bit. And then it also does swivel around at the top of that ankle. So lots of articulation as is expected in this figure since it is part of the Black Series line. So overall, it's really a great looking figure, and I love the amount of accessories to it. I like the fact that you can swap the arms around, give him that battle damaged look of having his arm cut off with a lightsaber. You can flip the hands around too to resemble whichever part of the movie you want. And I'm really glad to have this added into my collection, at least on this line, since I wasn't able to find it when it initially came out on the Vintage Collection card. And that wraps up this look at the 3 3/4 inch Ponda Baba. Just a heads up, I did order this on Walmart.com, and it came for Ponda, for the Tusken Raider. And yeah, those two figures came with this large orange sticker on it, and it said peel on the corner. It came off very easily. But my Sand Trooper that I received came with a different sticker on it, and it didn't peel off as easily. Left a lot of goop, and the sticker tore. I'm sure I'll be able to clean off the rest. I didn't get the prototype Boba Fett. That wasn't available. So anyways, just mention that. So if you're interested on ordering it online, you can kind of know what to expect or possibly expect. But anyways, I'd love to know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.